Movie 2. Do you remember when I was positioning this one, this blue one in the center of this box, which is at 2 and, excuse me, 2, and it looked funny like the orange one underneath? Let me turn this on and off. Wasn't like I was wrong with the blue one? Well, the answer was when I copied it over from the other file, I must have shifted position on this one, because this one isn't at 2 and 2. Please look at the transform palette and look at how it's at 2 correctly on the X ruler, but it's at 1.98. So watch when I actually put this one at 2 and it shoots down a little bit. Now when I turn this one on, look at how perfect that is. So what I have to do is make sure that all these icons are in the center so it's not looking funny. So I'm going to pause the screen and I'm going to make sure that every single one of these, for instance, if this row of boxes here that I'm clicking on is at 3, I better make sure all these are at 3. Better make sure all these are at 4. All these are at 1. So I'm going to hit pause and I'll be back in a second and I'll double check all my measurements. That's one of the first things an artist should do, is check to see if the template that they get from the client is correct. Well, hey, in this case I'm the client and I blew it, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, I checked, and most of these reference layers, for whatever reason, even though I copied them and pasted them directly from the other file, and this happens all the time. You're going to have to expect stuff happens all the time. No big deal. I just had to make sure that all of these were in the right place. I'll kind of give you a really good for instance. This one needed to be, and look at my, these need to be on the full inches. See it? This is at 3 and 2. This one's now at 2 and 3. This one over here is at 3 and 4. This one as a group right there is at 5 and 4. So I've made sure they're all in the center, which is a good thing. So now I'm going to lock it and click back up to my art layer and turn on my art layer. Now the art layer looks great. Okay, so now let's move to this. This will be very simple. All I have to do is click this one, and what I'm going to do kind of first is go in with this one, and I'm going to group this together. Look at, I'm going to click both of these here, shift click both. Look at how that's two things in the layer palette, Command G to group. So I'm just going to say that this is F forward for fast forward, and let's go here to just, this one's at forward, so I don't have to group it. So please be patient. I'm going to pause it and I'll come back with everything named. Okay, I have everything named, and you were probably screaming at me that this one isn't fast forward, Mr. Sorial, or forward. This is rewind. I get that. Okay. Sometimes I don't think. So this is quick rewind or double speed rewind. This is rewind, stop, forward, and fast forward. I got it. Okay. So let's start right with this one. Click on it. And why I wanted to group them is because now it only takes one click on it and I get the whole group. Hold Command Option or Control Alt, hold the Shift key and move down with it like this. So now you can see here how I could simply take the V key and just squishy squash it a little bit. If I hold the Shift key or just move this one over, which I don't even have to hold the Shift key, you can see how I actually was able to do that. Let me Command Z back. For some reason that one's not in this. Oh, I haven't put it in the center yet. So this one needs to be not, I'm not going to position it at 1, but I am going to position this one at, let me move this over. I'm going to position this one at 3 on the Y ruler. So I have to go to 3 on the Y ruler, and now it's beautiful. So now I'm going to squishy squash it a little bit more, and then I'm a little bit more, so you can be picky. Okay, now I'm going to take the line segment tool and just hold the Shift key and work my way down. And then in the line segment tool, I'm going to make sure that it's again on the stroke. Look at how I'm coming over here. Stroke to the rounded corner, and I want to make sure it's on the dark line. Okay, I want to go to the darker blue. So I'm good to go with that. And now that has a good feel to it. Let's now just duplicate it and reverse it. So I need to group this together. So this is like all the way to the start. So let's marquee the whole thing and hit Command G. Now this one is going to be, and I'm just going to say that this one's the start. Now I'm going to hold Command Option. Before I do that, since I have it already selected, can I just please place this one at 1 inch in the center? So let me just go 1 inch, boom, and now it's in the center. And then this one should be at 3, and now I have it perfectly centered, top and bottom and left and right. So let's go like this, hold Command Option, then hold the Shift key. Let's just snap this one right in place right here. Let's go to the Reflect tool and hold the Shift key and just maneuver it like that, and we should be good to go. Command S to save. I'll double click this one, and this one should be end. So this one takes you right to the end. Command S to save. Now let's move in and let's now use the Pathfinder to create this and our graphic style. So let me hit the M key. Okay, so I'm going to select away from everything, use the M key, and we're going to just make a box like this. I'm going to hit the graphic style right there. See how quick that was? That is cool. Now I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to position the circles left, right, top, bottom. Okay, so I'm going to hit the L key for circle. My guide tells me I'm in the center right here because I have smart guides on. Option and Shift, and I can draw a circle coming out like this. Now I want 2 of them. So I'm going to go to the V key, not the L key, hold Command Option and move across to this side. Now what I want to do is select both of these, and if I have both of them selected, then the center will be at 3. So now I can make the X ruler have the center at 3. Now I'm going to click on the box. The box should be at 3. So now I know if I've selected both circles and put them at 3 and put the box at 3, I'm good to go. So now all I have to do is grab one of the corners. I can round this off to what I want to make a more of a cassette looking thing. Here, I'm good to go. Now I want these to be holes inside. So I'm going to select both of these right here. And I'm going to Shift click this. Now I may have to group these together, but look at in Pathfinder how there's something called right here, it's called minus front. So it's going to take these 2 objects and cut a hole in them. Boom. Now, what was important to know is that it didn't put a white color in the middle. Let me hit the M key just to show you and make a quick box. Let me send it to the back, and I'm going to delete it in a second, but I want you to see how cool this is. Let me take the stroke to nothing and the fill to like a magenta. See how it's actually a hole inside? Now I might as well use this box, so I'm going to bring it to the front. What is the quick key to bring that to the front? It is Shift Command right bracket. So I'm going to go Command Shift or Control Shift right bracket. Now I'm going to position this in the center. So let's go 3. Now I'm going to position the center of it at 3. So on the Y ruler, I'm going to go 3 on the Y ruler. Hey, I already got it in the center. Isn't that cool? Now I can hold the Option key when I'm in the V key or the E key. E is for transform, but V is for the selection tool. I can hold the Option key and I can squishy squash it beautifully like this and hold, and it'll do it from both sides, and then I can do it like this. And I can actually have this kind of be an art element inside. So let me make it smaller than necessary and then line it up just like this, and let's color it a light gray. So I have a light gray color, and now it kind of looks like a cassette or a tape or a record device. Okay, and I'm good with that. So that one's fine. Let's move over to here. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to group this together. I should have done that. So let me hit the V key, hit Command G to group. Let's make sure the center is still 3 on 3. Look at the transform palette. Why? Because it's 3 on my 3rd row. Or is this my 3rd row or my 2nd row? Oh, I haven't done the top row yet. So let's go here and hit the L key. So let me move over my graphic styles and my Pathfinder. Let me hit the L key. Now I'm going to start from the center. So let me back off just a little bit so I can get the center. Hold Option, hold Shift, and make this happen right here. Look at how I can click my graphic style 1 or 2 for the thicker line. Now I can go Command C to copy, Command F. Now I have 2 on top of each other. Now all I have to do is hit the V key, hold Option and Shift. Option will constrain from the center out. Look at how I can make that shape happen and it stays in the center. Now let me make sure I've got it about the right size, which I do. I'm going to use the selection tool, click on the big one, click on the little one. I have them both selected. I use my Pathfinder and I minus the front. I'm done. Command S to save. These icons don't have to take long. They just have to be fun. First, let's make the musical note. So I take the L key and I hold Option and Shift and I make this shape. Now I don't want to draw with any, I just want to have a fill, and I want the fill to be a solid color. Whoops, sorry I did that. Let's click the fill in the front so I can click the solid color. Good. Now let's take the M key. I'm going to use something called the Align palette. Watch how I can make this thing right here. Shift click both of these right here, and I'm going to align this here so that the right hand side of this one aligns with the right hand side of this one. In the Align palette, which is available here under Align, I can actually line up the right hand sides. See how I did that? That was really simple. These actually align the right hand sides. Now I want to move this up so there's no little corner holding there, so I'm going to hit the V key, click away from this, and move this one up a little higher like that, and now I have the start of this. Now let's take another M key rectangle and go like this. I just want to make a musical note. All right, no big deal. I want to shift click both of these rectangles. Now I want to align the most left hand side. So look, I'm going to go over here, boom, I've now aligned the most left hand side. So now I can do kind of a fun thing here. I can take both of these points and I'm going to use my pen and path experience. If I take the A key, I can marquee both of these points, click and hold the Shift key and move them down. Now if I wanted to, I could use the pen tool and I can actually hold the Alt or Option key to curve this and have a little curve here. Look at what I'm doing, and a little curve like this. So see how I can curve this. Now I didn't want it curved here, so all I have to do is hold the Option key and click. I actually have to hold the Option key and grab this handlebar and place it back in the point, and then I'll grab the Option key for the Convert tool, you know it from the pen and path exercise, and put it back in here. Now look at, that's in the pen tool, the Alt or Option key is the Convert tool, and look at how I've made a musical note. Now if I want to make it bigger or smaller, I'll just grab this one with the Direct Select tool, Shift click this one, click, hold the Shift key and move it up, and you can see how I can make it big. Now let's put all this together. Okay, I have 3 shapes, so let's take the V key. Let's marquee it all. Let's get close. Let's unite them together, and I'll put it off to the side for now. Now, to make this cloud shape, hit the L key. Let's simply make Option and Shift circles. Now look at how I can make a circle here, hold Command Option, make a circle here. Hold Command Option, make a circle here, which is Control Alt. Hold Command Option or Control Alt and just keep on overlapping these circles. Very cool, very pretty, and very easy. So look at how you can make a really cool cloud shape just by going like this, just overlapping circles. And I'll go 2 circles here. Now if I select all the circles, what do? I just go to the Pathfinder tool and I unite them. Now I go to my graphic style and I click, and I have my graphic style. Now all I have to do is take that and center that. So I click my V key, click here. It's at the 5 mark this way and the 3 mark on the Y ruler. So 5, tabbing to 3, hit the return key, boom. Now let's put this one where we want to. I'll just have it go a little lower than this, and of course I want it in the front. I could go the long way to go like this and bring it to the front, or just hit Command Shift left bracket. Now let's make it slightly darker blue so it shows up a little better. And there is my musical icon. I'll move this down a little bit. Okay? Now, I want to group both of these together. So this is like a cloud, music in the cloud icon. So let's go Command G to group it. Let's just say cloud, and that'll be fine for me. Now, let me hit Command S to save, and we're good to go. Now, let me say this one goes to 5 and 3. It's almost at 3. And now there is the center of this. Now I've done this whole row here. Now, let us go in and quickly make this. This should not take long, really. I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to make this. So, this is just a stroke. So let's go to an M key. Let's draw in the center. Don't hold, I'm going to hold the Option key, but I'm not going to hold the Shift key. You know, I don't want to make a box. I don't want to make a square. So there is the start of your little thing there. Now let's just look at how I can simply hit the X key to toggle this. Or I can go like that. I'm sorry. Now I want to make the stroke a little wider, so I'll go to 2 points. Actually, I kind of want to go to 1.5. Okay. Now I want to center it. So this one should be at 1, and let me move this over, and 1. So this one should be at 1 and 1. So let's go to 1, tabbing to 1, return key. Now that didn't work out very well. The one underneath must be wrong again. Oh, I'm not going to worry about it, but what I would have to do is turn this off. I guess I am going to worry about it. I'm going to show it. Sorry. Click on it with the V key, and I'm going to see it is at 1 and 1. That one is definitely at 1 and 1. So let me lock it up, and let's go here. It's kind of weird. I'm not exactly sure. I think it has to do with the arrowheads. So let me make sure. Oh, it's not at 1 and 1. Okay, now that I clicked it like this, it's at 1 and 0.97. Let me put 1 here. Okay, I don't know why it did that. I guess I just don't know. Now I take the C key and I click and cut a little point here, and I click and cut a little point here. Now I have 2 separate shapes. So what I'm going to do is select both the shapes. I'm going to go over to the stroke palette, and I want to make sure that I'm showing all the options. So I double click it and double click it again and double click it again. Now I have arrowheads down here. So I can go to the arrowhead and I can say, would you please put an arrowhead going that way and that way? I have to see if that's the right way. Yes. Now I want those arrowheads to be a little, I don't like those. I'm going to kind of go with, whoops, it would help if I selected the thing. And let's change the arrowheads to this one. Okay. Now let's have the arrowheads scale down to 50%. Too small. Let's go to like 65%. And now if I take the A key, you know what I didn't do? Oh, Brian. I didn't round off the corners. I can't believe I did that. And I never make a mistake. So Command Z back until it's all one shape. Isn't it fun that we're seeing this all together? So now this is one shape. Yes. So let's move this in until I round it off completely. Take the C key, cut it again very quickly 1, cut it again very quickly 2, select them both, go to arrowheads. Boy, that took forever to do. Let's go to 50%, and now we have arrowheads. Let me take the A key, click this one. Let me get close. Let's click this point. Click and hold the Shift key and move that one away from here. Let's click this one, not this segment, but this one. Click and hold so the point is solid. Hold the shift key and put that one back over here. And now I have my looping icon. The next one. Oh, make sure it's centered, Brian. So let's marquee it all. It's two shapes. So I hit Command G, I go over to here and I say, this is my loop. And then I hit Command S to save. It's up to you to save them. Notice how I don't care they don't match perfectly. It doesn't have to. That's not the point. So now let's take the P key. Let's click a point and click another point over here. Let's put an arrowhead on that one, and I think it's going to be this one. Let's now go down to 50%. I think I made it 60% last time. Okay, I have to click. I have to Z back, hit the A key, hit the V key now, I'm sorry, and click away, and now I can scale it down. I had to click away, whoops. Oh, okay. I'm scaling the wrong one. So no wonder. Okay. Duh. Sorry, we said 60%. Command S to save, Mr. Sorio. Now, I would like to take the A key and move this one over. Now, if I grab this, hold the shift key and move up, then hold the shift key and move down, I can now curve this. So if I'm in the pen tool, watch how I can click right here, hold the shift key and curve this one. I have to Command Z back. I can actually now, you know what? I got to start over on this one. Duh, that was stupid. Okay, sorry about that, but that's actually good for you to see. If I click, hold, and hold the shift key, so if I click and hold while holding the shift key, if I pull out a handlebar, I have the beginning of my curved line. Now I'm going to go up here and click where the arrowhead is kind of right there. Click and hold the shift key, and pull out the next one. Now I can put an arrowhead on it. So I'm sorry. And now let's go to, what did I say, 60%. Now let's go to the direct select tool and let's fix it. So let's click and move this one over. Look at how I can click this and pull it out by holding the shift key. Click here, hold the shift key and pull it out. Boom, I have it beautifully done. Let's go like this and pull it out a little farther. Let's click and pull this one out just a little bit farther to get that flatter. That one looks good. Now, if I simply go like this and go select it with the direct selection tool, with the regular selection tool, Command C and Command F. Now there's two of them, right? Two of them. Command C to copy, Command F to paste in front. Go to the reflect tool. Grab the center or the top of it. I think I'll try the top of it right over here. Hold the shift key and move your way to down. So I grabbed this, I held the shift key and went straight down, and I reflected that one down like this. Now I think this is the icon, me being stupid here, for shuffle. So I'm just going to say whatever. Even if it's not, don't yell at me, and that's the way it goes. So I'm just going to say shuffle. Command S to save. Now this one is dealing with text, but I don't want you to leave it as text. I want you to get used to creating outlines when you're finished. So let's hit the M key, and I'm typing the T key, and I'm typing in mirrored. Don't worry about the lorem ipsum text. It's okay. Just go AM space FM. Now I'm going to use the direct select tool, and I'm going to put that kind of in the right place. Let me get my character palette to come over here, and let's go to Mirrored Pro Semi-Bold. And that's good enough. I want to go up 1 point size, maybe 2. There, that's good enough. Okay, that's cool. Now I'm going to put it in at that color that we had, which was the where are my two colors? Oh, the blue. Duh. Okay, there's my blue. Look, I had the stroke selected. I have to go to the fill. Then I have to click the blue. Okay, now let's go over here. I'll center that in a second. I'm going to hit the M key and make a very quick rectangle. So there's my rectangle. I'm now going to center that on 3. Do you see up here where I'm pointing? That's at 3. So let me use the Pathfinder and let's go to 3. Boom. Now it's in the center. Let me click the text here and put it at 3. 3. Boom. And I might have to custom fit that. Let me go back to this. Is that at 3? Yes, it's at 3x. Is that at 3? That looks like it's at 3, but I'm going to have to cheat and move it over. Okay, that looks better. Now, let's get close. And let's just make 3 rectangles on top of each other. How do we do that? Hold Command Option, grab the center of this, hold Command Option, hold Shift, and move your way up to about here. There. Now I'm going to zoom in. Hold the Option key. If you're in the V key, as in Victor, V, hold the Option key, you can skinny it down like this, which that's pretty cool. Now, let's do the same thing. Hold Command Option, grab it, hold Shift, and move up. Now let's get close. Let's make it really skinny. So I hit the V key, hold the Option key, and skinny it down till it's about that thin. Now, just join all those together. Okay, so hit the V key, marquee a box around all of these right here. Oops, not the text. Sorry, not the text. Let's take the, notice I didn't go far down to get the text. I only went this far down to highlight those. Pathfinder and Unite. Command S to save. Now, I'm happy with that. I want to group it together. So Command G to group. Let's go just name this AM/FM. Command S to save. And let's make sure the center is at 3. So let's go over to here and say center at 3. And there is your AM/FM. Now, I'm probably done enough here. And I'm going to come back with the next movie. And we're going to finish Cirrus and this little guy right over here. Okay, and then I don't think it'll take 4 movies. I really hope it doesn't, because there's some things I really want to show you quickly. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute.